Hey, I'm Brian.
And I'm Karis.
And this is
Throwback.
Jai-Alai Heroes.
Throwback.
Jai-Alai Heroes is a 1v1 arcade-exclusive game about the obscure sport of Jai-Alai, the fastest sport in the world. 99% of the game was made by just the two of us.
If you see it, it was me. If you don't, it was him.
Jai-Alai is the national sport of Basque Country, an autonomous region in Spain.
The rules are similar to racquetball, handball, and squash. Throw it at the wall, and the other team must throw it back before it bounces on the floor twice.
Jai-Alai came over to the United States in the early 1900s and became popular, especially in South Florida, where it is still played today.
Throwback Jai-Alai Heroes features Basque cultural references as well as 4 unique frontons or arenas inspired by real Florida cities. It is the first and only video game arcade cabinet about Jai-Alai.
Players can throw, dash, jump, and use special moves along with power shots to defeat their opponent. The game was designed with discoverability in mind. Inspired by arcade fighting games of the 90s, everything is not instantly revealed to the player. There are plenty of secret moves and features that players can figure out through repeated play. We've even hidden a pro mode which is tuned for serious play, as we wanted to encourage a competitive scene.
We tried to capture what you might imagine when you think of an arcade game about the world's fastest sport. What we've created is something similar to games like Lethal League and Windjammers that are popular in the esports community. You might be wondering, why Jai-Alai?
Growing up in South Florida, my grandparents lived across the street from Dania Jai-Alai, and my grandfather even worked there while my dad's best friend was a manager. When I made my game studio, AstroCrow, I wanted to make a unique sports game to stand out. I originally made it for mobile, but I decided to shelve it. Flash forward 6 years later, I was inspired to start over with a different control method and realized as a console game. I made a small prototype and everyone I showed it to was really having fun with it. I realized I now needed art so it could look as good as it played. As a big fan of pixel art and hand-drawn animation, everyone I talked to suggested I meet Karis.
I told him I'd give him 3 weeks, and after 4 weeks, we were showing at local conventions.
It's currently 4 weeks in development. You're showing off the game here. If you'd like to, if not, I'll demonstrate for you.
The reception was so great, we continued to polish and add features. Both having full-time jobs, we were able to incrementally add more over time as a hobby. We were planning to release it for the Switch, but instead decided to do early access on Steam. But then we discovered the indie arcade scene. Inspired by games like Killer Queen and Death Ball, and realizing how it fit the game's original elevator pitch of NBA Jam but for Jai-Alai, we decided that this punk rock choice was perfect for our project.
It took a very long time to learn how to make an arcade game. You're not making a game that focuses on depth and length of gameplay. You need to make something that is instantly easy to pick up and fun to master. But that's a challenge when you've chosen a sport that no one knows how to play or even pronounce.
We didn't know the first thing about building an arcade cabinet. We're just the software guys. An arcade technician friend of ours offered to build the first prototype. Using a waterlogged Frogger machine as a template, I designed the artwork and he made it all by hand. From there, we did location testing at an arcade bar in South Florida. We watched how people interacted with it, and we would patch the game almost daily. It was played so often they rubbed the decals off the start buttons.
Now that the game was good and polished, it was time to show the world. We made our own merch, we bought a van, and we took our machine on the road. We went as far and wide as Milwaukee for Midwest Gaming Classic to Maryland for MagFest. We even won Best in Show at Playthrough GC in North Carolina.
The winner for Best in Show for the video games was Throwback Jai-Alai Heroes.
We even picked up a few more awards along the way. Through all of our touring, we secured a manufacturing deal with the same company that makes the very indie arcade machines that we were inspired by, and we completely refactored our cab design with them.
I learned CAD and built the files that we sent to the manufacturer. I redesigned the exterior art package in Illustrator.
We flew all the way up to Wisconsin to sign off on the prototype before they began the first run of cabs that we were dubbing the Mark II. Not only is making a physical arcade game a lot of work, it can also get really expensive. Since the beginning of COVID, I took on a second full-time job and was able to fund the development completely on our own. We didn't take a penny of outside investment, which allowed us to keep the vision completely ours.
In September 2025, after nearly 7 years in development, we celebrated our official nationwide release with our first sale to an arcade in our home base of Orlando. After just a few short months, we have sold machines to arcades, collectors, and traveling operators across the nation, totaling 8 sales.
I even got to go back to Jai-Alai and show off the game to real professional highlight players.
We've just translated our game to 7 different languages, including Basque, and we're looking forward to sharing our work internationally. But first, PAX.
Well, back here is my garage. We're gonna go see what's inside. So it's taken on the entirety of this household. I've been overwhelmed with Throwback. So here are remaining stock, freshly brought down from Wisconsin from our manufacturer. And yeah, if you know anyone who wants to buy a indie arcade machine, please let me know, because I'd like to park my car back in the garage again. That would be nice.